The assignment: choose a space, analyze it, and write an essay. Who in their right mind would choose a grocery store as the subject of this important essay? Obviously, I would. The Kroger Grocery on Euclid Avenue opened its doors on January 22, 2015. People stood in line for hours to get inside. Coach Cal cut the ribbon. It was the culmination of a rebuilding process that included unpopular zoning changes and protests by neighbors. The residents dubbed the future store Fort Kroger. Like everyone else, I wasn't happy with the renovation plans. I managed graduate and family housing. Our residents relied on the Euclid Avenue Kroger. The building had been in existence since 1979, and I had shopped there for most of those years. Customers and employees knew each other. It was truly a neighborhood grocery store. So why would Kroger risk the wrath of current shoppers to build something so clearly controversial? My theory was that Kroger wanted to lure dollars away from businesses and restaurants in surrounding neighborhoods and put them in Kroger's cash registers. To do so, they installed a number of trendy innovations that included a cart, escalator, and Lexington's first Kroger beer cave. As Carla Ward tells us in her article, Kroger downsizes plans for new Euclid Avenue store. The rooftop parking option alone makes this Kroger unique in the chain. My initial scope of the project was way too large, so I had to scale things down a bit. I chose to focus on the Bristow and the surrounding ready-to-eat options as they tied in nicely together. My first task was to visit Kroger as a researcher and not a shopper. I parked in the on-ground level parking area. I locked my wallet in the car so I could focus on research and not on what I wanted to buy. I bypassed the two entrances I normally use and walked around to the front entrance. I wanted to get a different perspective as well as test the pedestrian friendliness of that entrance. Once inside the Bristow, I started taking photos. There was a Kroger employee eating in the Bristow. He became a little concerned. I think he thought I was spying for the competitors. But once I stopped and explained who I was and why I was there, he became very helpful. He provided me with the store manager's name as well as her next scheduled working day. On another visit to Kroger, I ran into a woman I used to bowl with who just happens to have worked for Kroger both in the old location and in the new location. Both ladies agreed to do an interview, but unfortunately scheduling conflicts prevented a personal interview. So I devised a list of open-ended questions and emailed each lady a different set of questions. Both of the women responded quickly and gave really good answers to the questions. However, this is not the best of interview techniques. You don't have the opportunity to expand on their answers and maybe learn something you hadn't expected. But both ladies gave great answers, so it all turned out okay. The other two personal interviews went well and were much easier to schedule. They work in my office, so we were able to sit down and have a great discussion. I was able to base their questions on my research as well as my experience as a shopper in the store. I did a Google search and I was amazed at how many articles were brought to my attention both from Ace Weekly and Kentucky.com. In fact, I had so much information I didn't need to go any further on the research than that simple Google search. At the end of my research piece, I believe I was able to prove my original thesis point. As Gail Taylor told us in her interview, quote, "I think the Bristow was to be a key factor to draw in the students. That hasn't happened." Kroger has not become the latest Wi-Fi hangout for students, but fortunately, the Bristow space appealed to a broader audience. Surrounding businesses utilize the free Wi-Fi and the space as a meeting space. Their employees have a new lunchtime option with healthy alternatives and a variety of them. People in the surrounding neighborhoods enjoy the space with family and friends. Even though Kroger has not become the latest student hangout, it is well on its way to becoming the new neighborhood grocery store. Thank you.